Well, welcome back to Big Dog Repair. Today the gardening section is being produced to you. This is my wall of lilacs over here. All different colors and varieties. And the smell from all this wall is something. All right, I'm going to show you how to grow mums. So stay tuned. Okay, I'm planting my yellow mums for this year. It'll be about September before they're really good looking. So I have my cuttings. I cut 18 of them because there's 18 little spots here. And I take off the bottom leaves. So it looks like this. Stick them in the rooting compound, put them in a hole. And I'll do that throughout this whole plate here. And then also all those up here will be my white ones. So once I get all my white ones cut, I'll be doing the same thing. So we'll see in about a few months what these things look like. I'll do a update maybe next month to show you what they look like from here, because I have to transplant them from here to bigger pots like that. And full sun all day long. And I got to lay out a black mat so the sun absorbs in that mat and transfers it to the pots. All right, so this is Hank saying over and out. Well, it was May 13th when I did all my cuttings for my mums. Today is what, the 20th? Let me show you how they're doing. Okay, these are my white mums that I started off May 13th. And these are my yellows. They're still standing up straight as soldiers. They're in direct sun. These are other seedlings that I have planted. And they're starting to pick up right now. Okay, we'll see what goes on in the next couple of days. Well, okay then. May 13th was when I planted these. I did my cuttings. May 20th was the second time I showed you these. Today is May 28th. And everything's doing fine. Even the seedlings from seed, everything's picking up really good. June 2nd, and the nasturtiums and all these other flowers are from seed are doing really good. My white mums are doing fantastic. My red mums are doing even better. I mean yellow mums. Yeah. And all the potted flowers on the deck are doing great too. Okay, today's June 8th. And we're going to transplant our cuttings into some other pots because the other pots are bigger. Okay. Come on up there. So I have all those pots there, all different sizes, all those pots over there, different sizes. So I got to put these into bigger pots so they can grow and be more vibrant for the season of September, October. These are my my yellow mums, and these all here are my white. So I'm going to transplant some plants in these decorative pots, and some is just going to be in regular pots. Whatever I have in left over for smaller pots, that's what I'm going to do, because I got to put them in bigger pots. So what I have here is the soil that I mixed together myself. Most of it's Miracle-Gro. And then I'm going to take these flowers here. If you go to the, what do you call it, nurseries now, they have big sales on flowers that are just about done. So you can get them for $3 a pot. And we got vincas that just came out, so we'll transplant them into bigger pots too. Yep. So let's show you what the root system looks like on these cuttings that I put in May 13th. So let me just pick one and pull out the cutting, and we'll look at the root system. Look at that. That's why it's important to put them in bigger pots now for the roots to be able to go somewhere. Let's take my yellow and check this one out. The root system, beautiful. And this is only 3 weeks after just cutting them and putting them in a root compound. You can do this at home yourself, save a lot of money on mums. Just gotta be able to grow a mum in your garden so you can get the cuttings. Okay, I'll come back when I fill a bunch of these pots. What I'm first gonna do is put in water all these so they're nice and moist, and then I'll put them in bigger pots. So I'll be back in a short. Okay, so this is what's left to pot up. Everything's in bigger pots over there, big pots over here, and tomorrow is another day. We'll finish potting. So I want to propagate more of these, and I want to put them up there so we'll fill in this area quicker. How can I do that? Well, my thoughts are, I eat a lot of this yogurt, and I'm gonna make them into little terrariums. And that's what I did about 4 weeks ago. I made these and I added in a bunch of plants into each of them that I ripped off the sides here. You see how they grow on the sides here? Well, they also grow underneath the block here. And I raised the block and I took them with the roots out of there. And I put them in there. And then covered them up with more potting soil. Then I covered them with their clear container lids, making it into a terrarium. You see? Keeping the plant starter mix moist, so it does have moisture in it. So now this is 4 weeks ago and it still has moisture in it. But I was going to show you this one because they're almost ready to plant. I'd like to get them in for about 6 weeks. So this one here rooted pretty good. Look at. Let's see if we can see any roots. Let me break this soil apart a little bit, and then I'll pull on it to see if it'll come up. I don't want to destroy the roots because, there you go. So if you look at all those roots. Nice, they're almost ready to plant. Let's put that back. They're almost ready to plant. Another 2 weeks. Okay. I think I'll have enough of them to put up there. That way it'll spread all along here and have a blue sea like this all the way up. All right, we'll see what happens in a couple weeks. Okay, June 28th. I put them in these pots, the bigger pots now. They're doing really well. There's a couple small pots here left because I ran out of the bigger pots. But these 2-gallon pots, they're really doing fantastic. They're doing so good that you can see there's new growth coming out from the pot. If you look right there, that's new growth coming out. So it's really going to bush out. Once, and all these here, they really start to look good. There's 2 in each pot here now because I ran out of pots, and there's 2 in here because I have no bigger pots. But I think I'm going to have a really nice bouquet once these things flower. Okay, today is July 16th, and I just want to let you see how nicely these have bushed out. Putting them in the smaller pots keeps them a little smaller than putting them into medium pots or large pots. We'll take a look at the large pots over here. Look at the bouquet here now. Aren't they pretty? Keeping them in the medium pots, they're smaller. Look at. So, I recommend that once you start them and put them into a bigger pot, if you can get a 3-gallon pot, you're better off because they bush out a lot better. Okay, see you in the next one. Okay, July 30th. I had to put these up a little higher. I had them sitting on the deck. Had to put them a little higher because something's been chewing on my mums and breaking off the stems. But just to let you know, they're doing really good from those little tiny cuttings that I put in. Okay, August 19th. You notice that these mums are ready to bloom. You could cut them back and wait for September, October if you want them late bloom, but I mind them to bloom now. I'll plant them all over, or I'll set them all over. I will set them in different areas to enjoy their blooms. You notice everyone has a bud. You cut them off now and they'll rebud later. But why? Enjoy the bloom now. Now, if you remember, I had white and yellow. So are these the yellow or are they the white? Because I see red. I think the red opens up first, like that, and then turns white. We'll see. See you in a bit. Okay, welcome to Big Dog Repair gardening channel for this week. I'm just going to show you what I propagated and how it looks now. It's 9:15. Let's take a look at some of these that I did. Okay, these in the front yard, these are yellow. These are white. These are red. Back to white, yellow, and white. Now, over here on the steps, I have a little bit of orange coloring here with more yellows. And we go back to the whites. And this is another white with a fern on top there and begonias on each side. I'll tell you what, these hydrangeas, they did fantastic this year. Here's another white with another fern. So, the bigger the pot you put them in, the bigger the flower. So no longer will I be putting them in small pots. I'll just add them to a big pot and take care of them from there. All right, let's go in the back. Okay, as we go in the backyard here, these are the reds, the whites, the white, more reds over there. Remember, I did a lot of cuttings. I even gave Ken a couple. Reds. I don't know why the reds open up so early. White, red, more white, a little white one, white again, and white again. So I got tons of mums by doing the propagation from early spring cuttings. But the thing what I learned is put them in bigger pots. They'll do a lot better if you put them in a bigger pot instead of a little tiny pot. Okay, this is Hank saying over and out.